Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Beth Chats Books. Now today's video is going to be a bit of a mashup video, so I've looked back on my videos and realised that I didn't do a May favourites and we're heading towards the end of June and I haven't got around to do my June favourites either, so I think the best course of action is to do a combined May and June favourites, because I don't want to do a separate May video because I can't really remember a lot of TV and film that I was watching or bits and things that I was doing. And I'm also a little bit shaking the ground about things that I've been doing in June. And I have got sunshine mode on at the moment. It's beautiful outside today and I want to spend time in the sunshine, but I've realised I have not been keeping up very well with my videos at the moment because of all the kind of admin-y things of making sure that I reply to everybody's comments, of thinking of content. I'm still going to do my reflective video on a year, but it might be coming out in July because I'm really struggling. I need to take the time to look through other people's reflective videos and to do a little bit of jotting down of some of the issues maybe I've had, some of the highlights, the things I want to work on with my channel, some stumbling blocks, some great moments, some highlights. So that's going to take time. And also I feel like I've been a little bit poor on the ground at the moment about connecting back with the booktube community. I have sent you videos telling you of things I'm going to do, but I have yet to have watched any big YouTube videos in the last couple of weeks because I've just been enjoying the sunshine and my head's been a little bit cloudy and murky, and it's just been quite difficult. I feel like it's quite hard in these months to connect because you want to spend more time outdoors, you're spending less time indoors. You know, I feel guilty being inside filming this now when I can be outside enjoying the sunshine. And England are playing Belgium tonight, so I want to go and have a few drinks in the beer garden with my family and enjoy those kind of things. So this is just going to be a video to let you guys know I'm still here, I'm still active, I still want to be doing all the fun things in July that I will be doing, but that I'm a little bit away with the fairies at the moment. So I'll just now crack on with the video. So the first things I'm going to talk about for my May and June are my big two outings that I did throughout those months. So the first one, obviously in May, I went to Cornwall with my boyfriend and my boyfriend's cousin and his cousin's fiance. And I'll link down below my Cornwall slideshow so that can show you a little bit more about what we did. We did all the touristy things. We had Cornish pasties at Tintagel. We went to Boscastle and went to the famous Witch Museum, which J.K. Rowling herself has visited before, and it was featured on the BBC programme about the kind of history of the magic of Hogwarts or something like that. And if I can remember, I'll link that down below for you. We had scones and all that fun stuff, and you know, we did it the Cornish way where the jam goes on first instead of the cream, but I kind of messed mine up. It was just a kind of, by the end of it, because I didn't realise the cream was quite sticky in any way, because I'm not a big scone eater. This was my first kind of big experience. It all just became one kind of glob anyway. But you know, I whittled on a lot about Cornwall in May, so I won't bore you with that. I'll just link that down below and you can go check that out. And then obviously I mentioned in my last video that I went to the London Globe last weekend. I went to London with my mum and then we went to stay at my auntie's in Milton Keynes for a few days. So that was a really nice little mini holiday break for me as well. We stayed at the really nice part of London that the Globe and the Tate Modern is located. It's near Borough Market. It's really nice, that side of London. I really enjoy being there. We did all the touristy things, like we had to get the tube back to Euston. We wanted to go around the Tate Modern but we didn't have time, but last time when I'd been with my boyfriend a few months back, we did visit the Tate Modern, so I have been. I'm not a big fan, I mentioned when I last went, of modern art, but I can appreciate it for what it is. The Globe was fantastic. I think it's really reasonable what you pay to see what you do. So we paid around £25 for our tickets and it was a 3-hour production that was flawless. It was so good. I really liked the inversion of the sexes and how women were played by men and men were played by women, and there was a lot of diversity in the cast as well. So what I liked, that Ophelia was an Asian man, and so it kind of was very interesting to see diversity shown through these characters and how playful and how alive a Shakespeare play becomes when it's spoken as opposed to seeing it on the page. So that was fantastic. I had a really great weekend. Tried to rack through my brain of other activities that I did throughout those 2 months, but I can't really think of anything profound. I've just been catching up with friends since I've got back. Boring life updates, trying to find a new job, those kind of things. One of my close friends is pregnant, and that's been really exciting for us to kind of go on the baby journey with her. So we've been catching up monthly, me and another best friend, with how that's going. So that's exciting, a little bit of news for my little sphere, my little world. So I'm going to move on to some of the shows that I was watching in those months. So the first one I want to talk about is 13 Reasons Why. So me and my sister recently started over the last month or so catching up on that programme. I'm very conflicted with it. We've tried to start series 2 and we're about 5 episodes into it, and we've given up because the first series we found some bits quite frustrating, disturbing, farcical. I wasn't really a fan of this whole idea that she creates these tapes, and some of her reasons were very flimsy for why people were on the tapes. For example, there's massive discrepancy. Someone's on the tape for raping her, which I understand is horrendous, and has every right for her to kind of put him on the tapes for that reason. But then, I mean, one of the characters gets put on the tape because he steals her nice notes out of her little paper bag. They have this class where they're meant to write compliments and nice things to each other in these paper bags, and he like steals them because she refuses to go on a date with him. And then Clay, who's the main guy, who we kind of see everything when he first gets the tapes, you know, she puts him on the tapes because he's trying to get romantically involved with her, and she pushes him away. And then she asks him to leave, and he leaves, and she says, I asked you to leave, but really I didn't want you to, which I just thought was ridiculous. So there's massive discrepancies with that, and it's just a very Americanized show. It's a little bit too cheesy for me in certain parts. I don't think it deals with the issue of young people's mental health properly. Now, a lot of people will, you know, have a go at me for that, but I think it's important that we talk about people's mental health, but this particular character, Hannah Baker, who is the person who ends up committing suicide and leaving these tapes, she isn't a great advocate for what's really happening with young people, in the sense that her character is very flawed from the beginning. Her character is very dramatic about slight things. People will make an odd comment and she'll get very exasperated and upset about these things. And it's playing into the stereotypes in America that there's always bullies and cliques and niche groups within a high school community that I feel that in my British landscape isn't really as prominent. And how I see it through a British lens, people wouldn't be getting upset by some of the comments that she does. There's an irrational reaction to certain things that there shouldn't be that irrational reaction to. The things like the rape story kind of make other things kind of loosely play in, but I'm involved and I understand when the rape storyline is progressing and I can connect with that. But then there's some other very high school-esque dramas that she'll bring in that I find jarring as a whole, between the very big issue of rape with these kind of trivialities, is the best way I can describe it. So yeah, I've not really been a fan of it. We did race through the first series because we were intrigued to find out why Clay was on the tapes, because he's right at the end, and then that was a bit of a disappointment. So if any of you have watched it, I would love to have a chat with you about it and see if anybody remotely feels the same way as me, because I know it got such high acclaim in America and everybody raves about it, and me and my sister just weren't a fan. And the second programme I want to talk about is Love Island in general. So if you don't live in the UK, Love Island is a show where they take sexy single women and sexy single men and they put them in a villa together in Spain or Greece or somewhere in Europe, somewhere hot and pretty, and then they have to couple up. So the aim of the game is you have to be in a couple, but then there's all kinds of things that might go wrong. So you might try and steal somebody else's partner from a couple. They might vote for the least compatible couple and they might get binned. Contestants within the show might have to pick a couple or a person that will get kicked. So it all becomes very exciting. So there is a current series on now, that's series 4. But alongside the current series, I've been rewatching old series. So last year, which was the 3rd series, I was obsessed, and I probably have videos around the June and July period that I'll link down below where I mentioned that series. But I've been rewatching the first series and I'm currently on the second. Recently, one of the people that was in the second series has recently committed suicide, and her name was Sophie, and that's kind of raised the awareness of this particular show. It's a reality show, and it's raised the issue of whether the show is treating the contestants well and helping them from the process of becoming a nobody to becoming a celebrity, and then how they cope with afterwards when the new series come in, how they get demoted and how they feel emotionally. So that's been really prominent and interesting in the news recently since that issue. But I've been rewatching it and enjoying the kind of drama. It is a form of escapism and seeing what everybody's doing in their lives, which is a little bit sad, but you know, I do quite like it. At the moment my favourites for this series are Jack and Danny, who I hope stay together, and recently we had some bombshells yesterday where Wes was in a couple with Laura and he left that couple to get with Megan, and then Megan's partner Eyal, current couple, he got kicked off last night, as well as a female Zara. So it's all a little bit juicy and interesting, and I am also a sado who downloaded the Love Island game. I was playing that and I was obsessed with that, and then because so many people in the UK recently downloaded it, it's crashed, so we have to wait a week for them to re-upload the next episode that we can play. So it's kind of a your story based game, so you become a character and then people enter the villa and people try it on with you, and you've got to select who you want to couple up with and whether you want to, you know, jump ship and things like that. So I'm actually quite enjoying that game, and I was really annoyed it crashed, but such is life. So if you're in the US, I think you can get it on Netflix. If you're in the UK, you can get the first 2 series on Netflix. Obviously series 4 is currently out now. I don't know how you would get series 3 at the moment, but I presume that at a later date they're going to put that also on Netflix. And if you're in the UK, you can download the Love Island game from Samsung or a Apple App Store. It's free to download, and you can get up to level 6 before it crashes, and you've got to wait till next week, so that's up to you. Then the last game I want to talk about is the Sims mobile game, which I've recently downloaded. I don't know why I've done this, but I've just got obsessed since playing that Love Island game. I wanted to play a game and entertain myself. I get these weird obsessions where I'll go through a period of time where I won't play any games at all, and then I'll go through a period of time where I'm a little bit bored and I want to fill a bit of time, and I play these kind of annoyingly patient games that take a lot of energy and time. I don't know why I do it. So it all started when I downloaded the Harry Potter mobile game. I've since deleted that because I was furious, because I got up to year 3, kind of level 8, level 9. There's a bit where there is a boggart in the shape of Voldemort and you've got to defeat it. And I was on level 17 knowledge, and I had to get to level 19 to even play the boggart, otherwise I would just lose. And I was infuriated because I thought the whole point of the game was that I would progress on each bit and I would be ready at each point, and I just thought I'm going to waste maybe a full week trying to just get leveled up in knowledge just to move on one step on the plot. It just didn't make sense to me, so that was the final straw and I deleted it. So I had to have something to fill my time after that, so I downloaded The Sims, which at the moment is slowly filling a bit of time here and there. I don't know why I like these patient games, because my boyfriend was saying to me the other day that he finds them infuriating because he can't wait and put it down for an hour and wait till it get your lives back up and then play it again. So they're what I've been enjoying. I'd love to know what kind of games you'd recommend, whether you like more fast-paced games or you like these more patient games that I'm wasting half my life with, whether you've watched any of these programs like Love Island or 13 Reasons Why and would like to talk to me about it, then please do in the comments down below. Sorry this was a bit wish-washy, but my brain is cotton candy at the moment and I've forgotten all the things that I wanted to talk about in these 2 months, but I thought this is the first time there's a gap in my monthly favourites, so I'll just fill it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to be alerted for when any of my future videos come out. And I'll be back very soon with a reflective video and doing some more tags and all that kind of jazz. Thank you again for watching.